What's going on? It's your boy Dewan Barrino from Not Just Music Podcast, and I'm back with another one. All right, this time it's gonna be a little different. Of course, I'm doing things different, but this is not really a podcast. This is more of a review. I know a lot of people love free plugins, but there are some free plugins that are very different to look at. They're hard to look at. They're strange to look at. Some of them may sound even what we call strange or out of sync or out of phase, or I mean, there's a lot of things that can go on with a lot of free plugins. But there are some that are very trustworthy. I found one that is very, 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 very trustworthy. If you're a vintage style plugin user, this is definitely for you. And then it's not even saying just in saying a plugin, but vintage hardware, because it gives you that vintage hardware feeling. A lot of times that we use these different, this one in particular is a compressor. A lot of compressors come, pretty good in the free world. It's really hard to mess up compression in some manners, but some do kind of draw, a lot of problems. Even the ones that I paid for have caused problems. I ain't gonna say really problems, but a lot of us have different ears. A lot of us have different emotions when it comes to processing music, of course. But those plugins really come, at a cost. You want them to do what you want. But I'm starting to get on my free world, just to experiment with different type of plugins that bring that dynamic feeling and won't completely crush it and take away the feeling of what the music is supposed to sound like in its raw form. I have this one track I'm working on currently. I'm not gonna let you hear the whole entire track, but in this instance, the drums. I put the drums together, and it's like it was. In some cases, I want to feel what the drums will sound like when I'm starting to mix. When they get to the process of into the mixing sessions. I want to see what it's going to sound like beforehand, in a sense. So the other day, I'm just kind of just chilling alone, doing the usual scrolling on social media, and a free plugin comes up. I'm all about free plugins. In instance, this plugin was very, 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 I've never heard of it before. I was like, okay, everything is, that glitter isn't gold. But let's just take a look at it, take a shot. So I opened it up, went to the link, and I checked it out. I said, okay. So I saved it. And I said, when I get to the computer, I'll pull it up, pull it in, and take a look at it. Of course, I just said that I'm in the midst of a session, and I wanted to get a dynamic feel early. So that plugin is called XTMax. It is by Kiive. I think I'm pronouncing that correct. Kiive Audio. I had a link in the description to check this plugin out. You might want to hurry up and get it while it's still free, because I feel like that could change in the near future. So, again, let's check it out. What I'm going to do is I put it into this session that I already have. I've been working on it. And I said I wanted to feel what the processing would sound like in the early part of the session before I started mixing it. I just wanted to feel it. Again, remember, I'm going to cut this on and off as it's going along. I want you to hear the big difference that it made in a very, very short time. I mean, I was really blown away by what it did. As I said, it has this vintage feel and look to it. Less is more to me. I love less is more. Thank you, Kiive. Who are you? Thank you. You were very, very good with making things shorthand. You didn't go too far out the box with it. You kept it very simple, very easy to understand, and it's easy on the eyes. Let's check this out. I want you to hear the drums before, and again, as it's playing along, I'm gonna just start cutting it on and off, so you can hear the subtle difference that I've used it for so far to make this drum set sound 10 times better. Let's check it out. I'm gonna cut it on. Off. On. Off. And see, these are the details that I look for in a mix. Like literally before I even start touching any minute detail of anything, I like to feel like where I'm going with it in a dynamic world. I just like to feel what it's going to do, so there are certain elements that I love to work around. Drums, of course, are one of the main elements. They're one of the main elements. Of course they are, for me. And that's the one that I choose to work from. And this plugin is a go. I give this 2 thumbs up, no doubt. Again, you might want to check it out while it's free. The link is in the description again. And I am Duan Barino from Not Just Music Podcast. Peace.